the next guy, we'll just move right into it, like quarterback to quarterback. Kyler Murray, Dave, you are right now, if the game started today, Kyler Murray's in your lineup.
Yep.
Now, I've read, especially CBS's website, they had Kyler Murray as they had like their start-em, sit-ems for each matchup. They labeled Kyler Murray as a bust candidate for this week against the Giants. Giants are a top 5 defense, number 5 in fantasy. But like you said, and you've always said, like a team can be number 5, but look who they've played in their past matchups.
NFC East. They play their current team.
Good point. But if you are a Kyler Murray owner, which you are, Dave, are you thinking, is there any thought in your head of like, maybe I look somewhere else this week and I go with Kyler Murray?
I'm considering my options. I'm not 100% locked into Kyler Murray. Again, he is no longer a must-start quarterback because his banged upness. I think it's a shoulder, right?
Yep, shoulder.
I'm correct on that one?
You're right, shoulder.
Yeah. So his shoulder is banged up, so he's not in perfect condition, which if he was in perfect condition, 100% start him. I don't care. The Giants defense, yes, they've been solid, but I'm not anti Kyler Murray. But like in our league, okay, I'm gonna click it right now. I'm gonna go to add. Oh, there we go. Quarterbacks. Who do you want me to go? Matt Stafford? No. Matt Ryan against the Chargers? Probably should do Matt Ryan right now, right? Is that what I'm thinking?
See, but I like Matt. The only reason
Teddy Bridgewater, Phillip Rivers. I'm not picking Ryan Fitzpatrick into the buzzsaws Kansas City. And then I'm out of quarterbacks, basically. Drew Lock? No.
One that I thought of, Dave, and this is one that, yet again, this is a sneaky pick, because in my mind, I've got 3 quarterbacks on my roster.
Yeah.
2 of this week against the Chiefs, I'm going to stay away from. Kirk Cousins right now is the leader in the clubhouse for me. He's going up against Tampa. But then I also have Big Ben against Buffalo, where to me it's either Kirk or Big Ben. I think I'm going to stay with Kirk. There was a thought of me, though, that I also looked to see who was out there in free agency.
Yeah.
And if you're a Kyler Murray owner and you're like, I don't know what my options are, I don't know who I could pick, do you trust a Alex Smith against the 49ers? Now,
100% I trust Alex Smith.
Alex Smith got 15.8 against the Steelers last week in a win. They're going up against the banged up 49ers this week that, I mean, yeah, their DC Allah has been doing some good work, but they've been banged up. They don't even have fucking Bosa out there for most of the year. So, like, for me, that was one I thought of. It's like, do you go with a sneaky play and take like an Alex Smith or take a dive at him? Fuck, you go with Sam Darnold against that fucking Seahawks defense that can't stop that are basically like a wet paper bag. He had 20 points last week.
I was going to say, do you believe in this new Jets, like whatever, they're going to finish the year strong, and Sam Darnold is basically trying out for other teams right now. Do you believe in that Sam Darnold fighting for a job in the league?
Sam Darnold is not one that, like, if you really need a quarterback, I would say this is probably your best week to go after Sam Darnold. Coming off a good week last week, he's playing a very prime defense that is not very good. Like I said, barely a wet paper bag out there. What I did in our fantasy league, Dave, was in the MVP league, I picked up Jameson Crowder because I know he's questionable right now, but like that's going to be the guy that fucking Sam Darnold throws to. So it's like, if Crowder can get open and he can get he had 7 targets. He had 5 catches for 7 targets last week and had 2 touchdowns. Like, if he can do that anywhere near that again for the Jets against maybe an easier defense, I don't know. I might take a swing. I took a swing at Crowder. I may take a swing at Darnold if I have to.
I think it wouldn't be the dumbest thing in the world. I agree. I put Matt Ryan in my roster right now, Ricky. I'm afraid. He's not been elite, but the Chargers. He
was drafted by me. He was drafted by me, man.
Yeah, a steal.
Last round, man. The steal of the draft.
Yeah, sure. Again, the 14th ranked quarterback taken in the 14th round.
Yeah, a steal, man. Should have went above that, man. Steal. I just like. I don't know.
It's tough with me. I can't give you an answer on that one, Ricky.
See, but here's the interesting thing too about this week is, especially like if you're me. So, for example, we're playing each other.
Yeah,
let's see. I have if I'm doing the combined scores here, coming into this week, I was down 133 to 110. So I'm basically down by, if my math is right, 23 points coming in. So I have to beat you by almost 24. Right now you have a 21-point lead on me just because of what Cam Akers did for you last night. And I'm projected to lose to you by 4. So, like, there's a part of me that's like, if you're like me and you're like, I have a deficit to make up this week.
You got to take some risks.
That's what I'm thinking. Do you go with the guy where it's like, hey, I know Kirk Cousins is the first sure, like, he's going to have a good game, but I got to take a swing on this guy because if he has his boom potential and has 20 plus points, that's a good week for me. Like, that's what I need to hit.
I think you got to go big dick here. Take your shot, swing it.
You got to get what happens. Sometimes you got to get desperate when you're in these lines and you're like,
I agree. No, I'm with you because an average week will not win.
No, it won't.
I am one of the top scoring teams every single fucking week. You know it. I know it. You got to beat me by fucking 40.
I think though you're a team where you score the most, but you give up the most too. I think like people have their best weeks against you.
Thank
you. That's what it is.
I was like I don't give up shit.
Well, yeah,
other teams have their best week against me.
In fantasy, you can't really give up anything. It's like you can't stop the other team.
They step up to my level. I bring the best out of my opponents.
They play up to you. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
not the Steelers. I don't play
the
down
reverse
to other
Steelers,
people.
the reverse Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, even like in the championship game, it's funny because Austin also has a lead coming into this week on Sean. Like, Sean's in the same boat I am. The guy who went 11-4 this year could get knocked out, and it could be you and Austin fighting for the championship.
Oh, yeah, Austin,
and then me and Sean fighting for third place. Which, it'd be me because I'm the only one that can beat Sean this year. His only loss is me. So I'm the only one that can get through it. But yeah, like, if I had Kyler Murray, I would steer against him. But yet again, I would go for, like, you got to have someone to go for. Alex Smith would be one I look at. Sam
it's like
Darnold
Matt Ryan
would be one.
Has put up like 12 and 13 in the last 2 weeks.
So it's shaky, and I think Julio Jones is not playing, is what they said. Here, let me see. I know there was news on Julio. Let's see if I can find him in this laundry list of just fucking wide receivers out here. Let's see. Because fucking I got to go to the ESPN app. I hate the NFL app for one reason. You can't sort. So, like, the free agents and stuff, you can sort all players in your team, but you can't sort, like, ESPN where I can go wide receivers, and I can go, I just want to see Atlanta's wide receivers.
Right.
That's all I want to see. So, all Atlanta. Yeah, Julio's out. So, Julio's out. It's Calvin Ridley. It's basically Ridley, Gage, and Blake who are going to be the big guys. Even I don't know how long he's been out. I thought he played the other day. And Olamide Zacchaeus. I thought he was playing, unless I got his name confused with someone else when they played the Lions. But yeah, Kyler Murray should be an interesting one. The last one, though,